I'm in the area, and it sounds like there is an active shooter in the park. People are running towards USC Start units. We have 7911 callers. Got by the main theater.
We have an active shooter at the Garlic Festival. You can start that way.
60 copy. We got one shooting victim at Miller and Ubis. I need an ambulance code
10-Minute Murder contains depictions of actual crimes. What you are about to hear is real and violent in nature. Discretion is advised. This is 10-Minute Murder.
Welcome to 10-Minute Murder, the brief and bingeable true crime podcast. I'm Joe, the host, and thank you for being here. Notably absent today is my dog Harper. Last episode, she did amazing, not snoring or barking or sniffing or making me stop the podcast to pet her. So I was going to let her join me again today, but she wasn't interested. She's apparently too busy chasing chipmunks outside. And I get it. Sitting here with me is a little less fun than that. So maybe next time. And by the way, I get asked about Harper Jane so often and by so many people that, you know how people have those whole Instagram accounts for their dogs? I might start a Harper podcast. She can sniff and bark and munch treats. It'll be huge. What else would be huge is if you would subscribe to this podcast. 10-Minute Murder episodes come at least twice a week, and when you subscribe, you get them automatically. You don't even have to remember to go look for them. Also, you get them as soon as they come out without delay. Non-subscribers still get them, but it could take up to a day depending on where you listen. The story today involves an act that the FBI called an act of domestic terrorism. A mass shooting that rocked a huge family event in a small California town. About 30 miles southeast of San Jose in the Silicon Valley in California is a town called Gilroy. They have a population of about 60,000 people and are one of the country's major providers of garlic. They're very proud of their garlic in Gilroy because not only is it a big moneymaker for them, but every year a festival they put on is a mammoth fundraiser for Gilroy nonprofit groups, clubs, and schools. The Gilroy Garlic Festival is an annual 3-day event that draws between 80 and 100,000 people to Christmas Hill Park. If it involves garlic, you can probably find it and eat it at the festival. On Sunday, July 28, 2019, on the third and final day of the festival that year, just before it came to an end at 6 p.m., 19-year-old Santino Ligon used bolt cutters to clip through a fence to enter the festival. He was avoiding security that was set up at the entrance. Santino was wearing a bulletproof vest and carrying a variant of an AK-47 rifle. On this rifle, he had attached a 75-round drum magazine. He also was carrying 5 spare magazines that held 40 rounds each. Santino Ligon spent the majority of his life growing up in Gilroy, but in the months leading up to this day, lived in a secluded Nevada town called Walker Lake. While in Nevada, he bought the rifle, which was illegal for the 19-year-old to get in California. He created an Instagram account and described himself as being Italian and Iranian. He posted about the congestion of the event, as well as suggesting the reading of a book called Might is Right, a pro-fascist manifesto that promotes racial violence and anti-Semitism. Its popularity thrives in the neo-Nazi and white supremacist circles. That Sunday, Ligon walked over to the inflatable slide area and opened fire. Eyewitnesses described a white man wearing a green shirt and a grayish handkerchief around his neck, firing into the food area. They said he was shooting at random.
Do not hang up, Kim. Okay. We have everyone headed out there, okay? Do not hang up.
It's his leg. He got grazed by a bullet in a couple of spots.
Paramedic emergency. What's the address of the emergency?
CHP with the transfer. I have Kim on the line. She's Miller at Ubis Park, and she's with a man who has been shot.
Okay, ma'am?
Oh, yes.
Ma'am? Okay, what's your name?
Kim?
Kim. Okay, we've got everybody on the way, okay? They're all on their way to you, okay?
Yeah. We just
Okay.
need to get...
Absolutely. They're going to go help them, okay? All right.
Her family's okay, but he got shot.
Okay, I understand that. Kim, how many people are hurt?
I only currently see one. He ran out. The shootings were very far away, and he just ran. But he left his family. It was right at the tent by where he was, and he got out faster than we did, and we ran.
All right.
Have the victim down, but they're taking the white truck. We need an ambulance fast.
We understand. Okay, we understand. We have somebody going to that specific location where you are. Okay, Kim. I just
body out. They just carried a body out. They're doing CPR.
Okay, that's good. They're trying to help them. So this guy that you're with, Kim, is there any serious bleeding?
Just doing CPR on her. I'm leaving the scene.
Okay, we're sending everybody now, okay?
Okay.
All right? Everyone's on the way.
Police at the scene engaged with him within a minute of the first shots being fired, firing 18 rounds and hitting Lagan several times. But remember, he was wearing that bulletproof vest. They exchanged gunfire for a while before it suddenly stopped. It was initially thought that police had finally taken him down. Later, it was revealed that Santino Lagan died from a self-inflicted gunshot to the head.
We've just confirmed the suspect in this shooting was 19-year-old Santino William Lagan. Witnesses at first say they thought that fireworks were exploding, but then quickly realized they were under fire. That horrifying moment caught on camera when the first shots rang out at the Gilroy Garlic Festival in California.
What's going on? What's going on? Oh, they shooting. Who shoot at a garlic festival?
The wounded left bloody, many treated on the scene. Some rushed away in the backs of pickup trucks.
There's several victims down, and we need to set up a triage. I'm trying to corral all the victims into one area.
This morning, 3 victims are dead and 15 injured.
Get out of the way!
Police engaged the gunman in less than a minute.
In the end, Santino Lagan took the lives of 3 people: 25-year-old Trevor Irby, 13-year-old Kayla Salazar, and 6-year-old Steven Romero. They were all killed by single gunshots to the torso. 17 more people were wounded in the attack. Investigators searched the gunman's house and car, looking for clues and answers. They found a shotgun, gas mask, both left-wing and right-wing literature, and reading material on white supremacy and Islamic extremism. He had been exploring violent ideologies and created a list of potential targets, which included the Garlic Festival, religious organizations, courthouses, federal buildings, and political institutions involving both the Republican and Democratic parties. After interviewing victims and witnesses on the scene, one of the musicians performing on stage when the shooting started said that he heard someone shout the question at Lagan, "Why are you doing this?" He shouted back, "Because I'm really angry." That's today's 10-Minute Murder, the brief and bingeable true crime podcast. Pretty rough episode today, with the only real motive for killing innocent people being hate and anger. The next episode of 10-Minute Murder will focus on another active shooter situation, but it's a story that's going to take much longer than 10 minutes to tell, so be on the lookout for one coming very soon. If you subscribe to this podcast, you'll automatically get it when it's released. Also, connect with 10-Minute Murder on Facebook and Instagram, and you'll know when to look for it. If you enjoy the podcast, do me a huge favor. Well, 2 huge favors. If you listen on Apple, leave a 5-star review, and that helps people like you that are into true crime find the podcast. And favor number 2, tell your friends about 10-Minute Murder if you think they might be into a show like this one. Now, make sure you know that they know what podcasts are before you start telling them about it. Your conversation could jump the tracks in a hurry, and if you start talking about murder in 10 minutes and wind up in jail, then I have to come bail you out, and nobody wants that. So choose your friends wisely that you tell about this show. Thank you for listening to 10-Minute Murder. Have a good night.